Hey, what's going on, everybody? It's me. I'm back with another video. I want to talk about something that I think is very important. That's finding oneself, finding yourself, finding myself. A few days ago, I came to a realization. I said, I don't know who I am. I know that there are a few things that I like. I like football. You see this deck of cards. I like Yu-Gi-Oh! I like Final Fantasy. Did I say football? I like football. Um, Outside of it, I don't really know who I am anymore. I think a lot of sadness happens because we live in a culture. And before I go further, the root word of culture, cult. And in a culture, in a cult, you're not allowed to be yourself, right? So when you live in this culture, there are certain things you can and can't do. Otherwise, people question who you are. It's safer for you to do what everybody else is doing. You see, and even in a family dynamic, it might be like the same thing. I don't know how many of my viewers watch Family Guy, but there's a character. Her name is Meg. If you don't watch Family Guy, just follow me. So Meg is a teenage girl in the family, and there was an episode where there was like a hurricane, so everyone had to stay inside the house. And in at one point, the dad, he's humming, and she could not take his humming, and she just tells him to shut up. Now, they have been abusing her emotionally for years. And so her brother Chris is like, I like dad's humming. And parents are like, how dare you talk to your dad like that? And she was like, hey, why is it everyone gangs up on me? And then she points out everybody's flaws, right? And then they start pointing out each other's flaws. They point out flaws within each other. They're not even talking about Meg anymore. Everyone is just destroying each other. And at the end, Meg is like, "Oh my God, if I'm not here, they will destroy. This family will be destroyed." And so, in the end of the day, she's like, "Hey, everybody, I'm sorry for what I said, in the sake of putting her family back together." And everyone's like, "Meg, you're a bitch." And I'm just like, I don't like that. At the end, she basically is like, I'm going to play this role to keep my family together. That's what maybe that's what you guys do. I know a few people who do that, you know. So like I said recently, I discovered, I'm like, who am I? What do I like? In my own past, I was, I'm a big person. If you see me, you think, oh, he plays football. What position do you play with the? When I was a kid, I didn't like sports. My mom got me into sports, and when I was about 13, so that's about 11 years ago, and I created this whole sports guy persona. Before that, it was all Yu-Gi-Oh! And Final Fantasy. I have a Final Fantasy tattoo. I love Final Fantasy. Um, and Aeons and Espers and Summons and swords with Greek mythology, right? And the sports thing, I created this person because mom was like, "Hey, you're gonna be into sports now." So I'm like, "Okay, I'm gonna be into sports." I'm not saying that I don't like sports. I actually really do know. I love football the most, and I like basketball and baseball. I ended up where I live. I ended up working at basically every stadium around where I live. Um, that's a lot of stadiums. I'm from a big town, and I really enjoyed myself, you know. But then I'm like, I've never been good at sports. I've never, it was something that I kind of had to do. Again, I'm not saying that I don't like it. I'm saying, is this really me? So you gotta ask yourself things like, is this really me? Other thing that you gotta do, a lot of people need to do, is they need to address past traumas, past wounds, because a lot of us we hold on to trauma. Now I'm a Cancer, so I just hold on to everything that anyone that anyone has ever done. I remember what happened to me March 3rd, 2001, at approximately 6 p.m. Things like that. Um, but we've got to address our old traumas and then ask the traumas, how are you serving me now? How is what happened to me in the fifth grade? How do I get past it? Right? If you can't find it right exactly at this moment to get past it, say how can I get past it? What are you doing so I can move on, so I can be a happier person? Because when you see that a lot of us hold on to trauma as well, because it gives us a sense of identity. Because maybe you have friends and you are friends with certain people because you can bond over past traumas. It's called trauma bonding. I think that's how trauma bonding works. I don't know. I'm not a therapist. But people who are alike tend to come together, right? So it's the same. It's the same process. And you're like, well, and if I change, then if I'm like, I don't want to talk about the story from fifth grade anymore, you might find yourself that you've got to remove yourself from your circle of friends or things like that. I found once, my mom once said to me, she was like, all your friends are broken. And I said, well, for one, I'm broken. Two, I don't know any other way to be broken. Three, I try to fix people who are broken. It's all I know. It is, that's it, you know. And then you've got to ask yourself, going back to the culture thing. What is it that I want? What is it that I like? Who am I? What are the things that make me happy? Because at the end of the day, this is your life. This is my life. This is your life. And if I like to get up, I like to go kickboxing like about 5, 6 times a week. That don't make you happy. You don't come kickboxing with me. Maybe you like to get up. I was trying to think of a scenario. Like maybe you like to get up at 3 in the morning and start gardening. Why you would garden at 3 in the morning, I don't know. But that's your life. And if that makes you happy, you get out there and you garden. I think a lot of people, I said this in my introductory video, I said a lot of people were told, a lot of us are disconnected from our inner child, and we're told, hey, you got to stop that. You're too old to be playing video games on handheld devices. You are, you know, too old to be watching Blue's Clues. You are, no more. You need to find things that that other people are doing. You've got to fit in, right? And that hurts a lot of people. So I say all this to say, I know I ramble on a bit, but I'm saying all this to say, to find yourself, first thing you got to do is find yourself. And you find yourself by one, saying, asking yourself, what do you like? Who are you? What makes you happy? And trying to release past traumas because you are not your traumas. Anyway, if you guys liked the video, please be sure to like, share, and subscribe. For more videos, I will be back maybe tomorrow, maybe in a few days. But yeah, you be sure to like, share, and subscribe, and I will see you guys in the next video. Alright, thank you.